And here we go then. So this video is going to be about some brief scenic projects I've been working on since you last saw me on the YouTube channel there. I've been messing around with a few scenic ideas basically, and I wanted to share them with you today if that's alright with you. Thanks for watching. So here we go then. So the first thing I wanted to do was address the issue of my track on the layout, that it's very much in an unpainted or factory state if you like, and it's a little bit boring. So I didn't have the money on me to actually go out and buy a decent airbrush kit complete with compressor and bits and pieces that you normally get in a starter kit. If you want a really decent one like an Iwata, they're quite expensive generally, and I didn't have the cash on me to get one. So I thought, what's the next best option to actually weather my track? So I came up with this from Model Zone. It's Tamiya color spray paint for plastics and most modelling little tasks there, and the actual colour of it is, it's linoleum deck brown. That's the colour, and I looked at it, I thought that's not bad for a nice really dirty weathered ballast, because my layout is based on the Great Eastern period from up to about 1962 onward. So in real life on the railway, being a railway employee or anybody out there who goes out and looks at the railway in the real world, we know that the ballast is never ever clean all the way through. It goes from being a dirty colour to a worn colour to a brand new colour if they've just relayed the track, or it just gets naturally weathered with time and age. So what I've done here, I've had a little play with the spray on my track over here on the main lines, and as you can see, I don't think it looks too bad. I've sprayed the track bed and the track, and all I've done is just buff the top of the rails over afterwards once it's dried with the rail rubber. And as you can see, you've got an area here in the cess area, which is this area here. As you can see, it's got the normal grey cleanish colour ballast, and then in the 6 foot area you've got some weathered ballast in the 4 foot and the 6 foot areas, and then you've got a nice clean bit of ballast there, and then back onto the dirty worn brownish colour ballast. And this runs all the way along what I've done so far, and it goes right up towards, oops, mind the signal, right the way up to the tunnel mouth. And as you can see there, it stops there because that's how far I've got, because the actual ballast spray, or what I've been using, has run out. So that's as far as I've got on this area here, but I thought it just would be good to see what it looked like. And all I did really was basically mask this area off with some masking tape, so you protect this area if you don't want to be sprayed or coloured. Just masked it off with some masking tape and just sprayed away basically, and you get this quite nice uniformed colour there, which is quite nice, I think. Just gives you a little idea of what it's going to look like, but it's just a little bit of experimenting to do with the spray paint there, as I said, so it's nothing too fancy, and it's just a nice little project that I was messing around with the other day. So that's what I've done there. I've also bought some new trees that I've planted around the turntable. There's one there and one there and one there, and I've also had to go out weathering my tunnel mouth with a bit of nice sooty black paint there on the top there, some more spray paint as you can see. Anyway, that's what I've done. So when you come the other way in the shot, I'll see that I've only weathered so much up to the level crossing, as you can see there. So just to give you an idea how far I've gone, I just wanted to do a little test section basically to see what it looked like. So I've got some more stuff to show you, so I'll be back in a tick. Hello everyone, welcome back to part 2 of the video. One of the other little ideas that I was contemplating on doing and finally got round to doing on the layout recently was colouring or weathering my loco inspection pits. The whole purpose of modelling any realistic looking steam locomotive depot, no matter how large or small it may be, is making it look appropriately dirty. Because steam locos, although they're very glamorous, very beautiful machines, be them tank engines or tender engines, they were very labour intensive and very dirty and very oily and mucky things to work on. And at the end of the day, when the locos were finished with and disposed of, often the areas they were kept in were obviously very grimy and very dirty, and often the inspection pits were never nice and spotlessly clean. They're always mucky and dirty. So what I've done here, I'll try and get this as best I can, I've actually coloured or sprayed my inspection pits a nice grimy black sooty oily colour, and I think they look much better than the standard plasticky colour that they were before. I'll just try and bring this in as best I can. So there you go, they look much better I think than the boring plasticky pre-factored colour that they were originally. Moving out the shop, I'll just show you something really quickly, a little handy tip for all you new modelers out there, or people that have been doing the hobby for ages. One of the things that the steam loco depot you always found on the floor was steam loco ash. And what you see here in the camera shot, I've just sprinkled a little bit of ash in this area here, a bit over there, some more there, and a little bit up there, and some round there. And as you can see, I think it looks quite realistic. Now you may be wondering how I actually achieved the effect of steam loco ash. Did I use real loco ash, or how did I achieve the effect? Well, the answer to the question is, firstly, the surface, or the black coloured surface that we see in the steam loco depot, that is genuine used steam locomotive ash from the North Yorkshire Moors Railway. However, this light coloured stuff to me looks more authentic, and this is actually a result of a used incense stick after it's been burnt. For example, if you get an incense stick, those things that smell really nice, you light them, smell really nice around the house, but don't throw away the ash afterwards. Collect the ash, and voila, there you go, instant steam locomotive ash. And that's just stuck down with a little bit of PVA glue, and as you can see, it looks pretty realistic. And I just want to show you this as well. This I scratch built the other day, this little coaling stage here, which the base of it used to be a Hornby scale dowel loading dock, and I simply removed the fake load on top and the crane, took that off, and then around the edge there we took some of the famous coffee stirrers, and we painted them afterwards, and then filled in the space with some of the locomotive used coal ash from North Yorkshire Moors Railway. It looks pretty good over there. So that was a little project I did the other day. So we've got a place now where all the old ash can be shoveled into the wagon there and taken away. But I just really want to show you really quickly one of the coolest things that I bought from eBay recently. And if we come over here, it's this really cool little diorama that I got from eBay the other day, and I think it's really nice. I'll just bring the camera in and I'll show you. So here we've got a nice little country pub complete with beer garden and some people that are having a nice little drink, and it's got a little pond as well. Just try and zoom in a little bit. There we go. Oops. And I thought that's quite a nice little diorama to go on the corner of the layout there. This space sort of here is going to be an extension at some point. There's going to be a high street which will back onto this, which will match up that nicely. I've got to get some filler and just fill in between the road surface and where this meets a little bit to give it a little bit of a profile. But this was quite a nice little buy from eBay. It cost me £30, and originally the front here that I've done in gravel, this was originally a black coloured surface meant to be a car park. So what I did, I just got some very fine scale ballast and made a gravel area there, bit of Hornby fencing around the edge, and I plonked a tree in the front there, and also one of the sea moss trees lives now around the back. I added another tree there and another one. The large tree that you can see in the background there, that came with the diorama. I just chopped a bit off the end there just to suit the curve, but as you can see, it's quite an impressive little diorama. Really pleased with that. And the last model addition to the layout recently was this Nightwing signal box, which I really love. I had one of these second hand many years ago that was all broken up, and this one I've put together from a brand new Nightwing kit that I picked up on eBay. I've left it unpainted apart from the handrails around the window, but I think it's really cool. Oops, there we go. So I think, yeah, that's a much better choice signal box, because the signal box that used to be there now lives over in the top yard, the entrance to the top yard there, which looks better, I think. And then over here is where we've got the new signal box, as you can see. And this is the sort of a nice little signal box, or I say little, it's quite big, but it's a great signal box because not only does it look nice, it's appropriate for the job. It controls the level crossing and the signals, the home signals and the junction signals, and also all this point work here through the station. So a box that size would be quite appropriate in size for the task it would normally do. Having worked in a signal box in my railway career, this does remind me of some of the signal boxes I actually used to work in. So it was a nice little buy from eBay. I'd say a brand new kit, and it was really nice to put together, by the way. Very easy. It's made by Nightwing, and if you see it out there online or in a shop, go for it, because it really is a nice little build. Very simple, and it is really a nice little box to put together. And with my box, what I've done, I've left the roof loose. So at some point in the future, I'm going to make a false floor and put a little lever frame and some little bits and pieces in here to make it look a bit more realistic, and maybe I'll put a light in there as well, you never know. But there we go. Also, one of the other little additions that I did in the layout recently was Hornby magazine, I think the November or the October edition. They gave you a load of little free tiny scale signs cut by a company called Scenic Signs, and I put these to good use in the layout. As you can see, I put some on the footbridge here. Got some there, and then I also plonked a few signs over there in the main ticket office building up there. Oops, blurry. And I also managed to put some street signs on the side of the cottage here by the railway level crossing, which I think are quite nice. So yeah, they look a bit more realistic now, and it's starting to come together in terms of little details. And I think it's things like little details that really sort of make a layout. So anyway, that's what I've been doing so far. So it's a combination of the little signs, the signal box, diorama over there in the corner, and just a little bit of weathering over there in the back, and of course the bits and pieces that were going on in the steam depot. So anyway, that's what I've done so far. Thank you very much for watching. See you again soon. Bye.